Encouraged by. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I really get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
Wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Focal Online TV.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to Focal Online TV. Welcome to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. My name is Gretchen Encouraged, and I am your presenter here this morning on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. For some of you who are just joining us, we encourage you to kindly share our live stream. Better still, follow Focal Online TV, where we bring innovation to broadcasting. If you're watching us out of Liberia, we want to say thank you for joining us this morning. This is where we bring to you information relating to our country, Liberia, and the world at large, only on Focal Online TV on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. So, of course, we have varieties of newspapers in studio this morning. We have the Daily Observer newspaper, we have Front Page Africa, we have Hot Pepper newspaper, and New Town newspaper. So firstly, let's take a look at the headlines under the varieties of newspapers we have in studio here this morning. Firstly, we will look at Daily Observer newspaper top headlines. White soldiers' wives held Liberia hostage over 10 hours. White soldiers' wives held Liberia hostage for over 10 hours. Cartels in mining sectors threatens workers' reforms agenda. Lifeless body of a man 42 found in Jibo community, Plebo City. This occurred in Maryland County. President launched probe in AFL officials and officers' wives protest. President launches probe in AFL officers' wives protest. This is from the Daily Observer newspaper, and of course, we move straightly to Newtown. Let's see what Newtown has for us this morning as a top story. Bwaka arrest policy in line with China's development ideology. Protest marked Bwaka first 20 days. Protest Sari marked Waka first 20 days. NEC announces by elections for April 23rd. NEC announces by elections for April 23rd. This is interesting as well from the New Dawn newspaper. And quickly, we will read the last headline. House convenes emergency meeting to address AFL spouses protest. House convenes emergency meeting to address AFL spouses protest. So these were the top headlines on the New Dawn newspaper. We will quickly move over to Front Page Africa. Let's see the top stories from Front Page Africa newspaper this morning. Rebel Flight Information Region appointee Daniel Johnson still a fugitive for alleged wire fraud and theft. This is from Front Page Africa. Rebel Flight Information Region appointee Daniel Johnson still a fugitive for alleged wire fraud and theft. Rebel Flight Information Region appointee Daniel Johnson still a fugitive for alleged wire fraud and theft. This is from Front Page Africa. Defense Minister resigns following national-wide protest by wives and widows of AFL personnel against his appointment. Defense Minister resigns following national-wide protest by wives and widows of AFL personnel against his appointment. This is quite interesting. Another one says human trafficking defendant released in cases halted as funds diverted risking U.S. sanctions. Human trafficking defendant released in cases halted as funds diverted risking U.S. sanctions. This is another interesting top story here under the Front Page Africa newspaper. Lastly, we will hear from Hot Pepper. Let's see what Hot Pepper has in the print this morning. Let's get a glimpse of what Hot Pepper has in the print this morning. Guafeng Barry illegally operates with overlapping mining license. Guafeng Barry illegally operates with overlapping mining license. This is another interesting one. You are in a country where you should have a legal license and you are operating a mining company and you have an illegal license. It's so much discouraging. However, these were the top headlines from our varieties of newspapers in studio. The Daily Observer newspaper, the Front Page Africa, the New Dawn, the Hot Pepper. So we will take a short break. When we get back, we proceed with our news presentation this morning from the Daily Observer newspaper. Kindly stay with me as I will be right back shortly. Daily Observer newspaper. While soldiers' wives held Liberia hostage for over 10 hours. While soldiers' wives held Liberia hostage for over 10 hours. Defense Minister retired March General Prince C. Johnson resigned from his post on Monday, just 10 days after being appointed by President Joseph William Boakai and confirmed by the Liberian Senate following the army officers' mutiny that held the country hostage for over 10 hours. The resignation of General Johnson, former Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of Liberia, AFL, which came after intense consultations and lengthy dialogue with major national and international stakeholders, marked the first political crisis President Boakai had to face since he became president 24 days ago. Officers of the AFL deployed their wives to hold the country hostage for over 10 hours, making a litany of demands, the most important being the revocation of the appointment of the defense minister General Johnson to ensure the success of their mutiny. The officers posted their wives at strategic locations across the country, practically crippling general movement across the country. They set up roadblocks in Monrovia, Banga, Sweju, and other locations in the country. Passengers and drivers stuck in long traffic jams on the road leading to the airport and other areas opted to abandon their vehicles and continue their journey on foot. The mutiny led to the cancellation of the annual Armed Forces Day celebration scheduled for February 11, with impeccable sources telling the Daily Observer early Monday morning all the country's barracks were on lockdown. The decision to cancel the event was made by officials and officers who had been expressing their grievances through their wives, who then staged the multiple roadblocks on major roads and arteries leading into and out of Monrovia and elsewhere across the country. The army and the armed officials and officers had been indirectly protesting through their wives against bad labor practice, low incentives, inadequate housing, and a lack of proper retirement programs for officers. The officers have also accused the former Chief of Staff, March General Prince C. Johnson, of corruption and investment, with specific reference to funds that were intended to servicemen who were serving on peacekeeping missions, especially in Mali. They called for his nomination as Minister of Defense to be revoked, though he had already been confirmed by the Senate. Last week, the soldiers' wives stormed the grounds of the Capitol building, urging members of the Senate not to confirm retired General Prince Johnson III as defense minister. The protests, however, intensified across the country, spreading in barracks in Banga, Todi, Sweju, Robertsfield Highway, and other parts of the country. The officers believed that Johnson was not a better leader for the past 6 years when he served as COS. Some army officers who spoke to the Daily Observer on condition of anonymity described their former chief of staff as a pure dictator. He is heartless and only seeks his welfare. One said, he did not seek our welfare. He had no time for us. He was even the one suppressing us. This is what we have here from the Daily Observer newspaper. This is one of the top story. And of course, we move quickly to another one that is so much important, and it brings sorrow to the hearts of the citizens of Maryland County and that of our beloved country of Liberia. This is so saddening to announce this. Lifeless body of a man at 42 years found in Jibo community, Libo City. The lifeless body of Matthew C. 42 was discovered on Monday, February 12th in a Jibo community in Libo City, Maryland County. The deceased was a resident of the Zone 4 community in Plibo. His parents, who were eminent citizens of the area, predeceased him, residents told the Daily Observer. Upon receiving the news about the discovery of Matthew C.'s corpse, police and medical practitioner headed by CSD investigator Detective Jimmy T. Gator set up a 50-man coroner jury. The 50-man jury, medical practitioner, and investigators conducted an examination and observed the body during the process. The medical practitioner pronounced the body dead, while the jurors and investigator observed the lifeless body with four deep cuts injuries on the forehead, injuries on the back, on the right ear, and on the left foot, with bruises all over the body of the deceased. The jurors' report also established that all body parts were intact, with no part extracted. The body of the deceased was turned over to the family while a medical report is pending. Meanwhile, a family member, William C. told police that before the death of Matthew C., he had been a notorious criminal and that because of this attitude, he had disassociated himself from the rest of the other relatives. Meanwhile, onlookers at the same time said despite the late Matthew C. having a criminal record, he was also seen repairing shoes, uploading trucks at the People parking station, as well as selling fish. J. Benny Newell, a medical practitioner, disclosed in a press interview that upon examination of the body of Matthew Seat, it was established that he had expired and that the incident may have happened overnight on February 11, 2024. Nurse Bonnie Newell noted that one tooth of the deceased had been removed, but said it may have been removed a long time ago because the spot appeared old. At the same time, Nurse Newell established that there were no parts extracted, but identified bruises and cuts all over his body, despite the cause of his death yet unknown. This is another interesting story here, and our deepest condolences to the bereaved family and that of the people of Maryland. It's so saddening to see such, but sometimes you have to accept the unexpected and you have to live a life that is worth. Yes, you have to live a life that is worth. This whole story is so saddening this morning, but yeah, we have to do what we have to do here this morning. So we proceed with the New Dawn newspaper, where we have top stories relating to our news this morning. Protest marred Bwaka first 20 days. Protest marred Bwaka first 20 days. Persistent protests by spouses of officers of the Armed Forces of Liberia (AFL) have marred President Joseph N. Boakas' first 20 days in office, forcing his newly confirmed Defense Minister, retired Maj. General Prince C. Johnson III, to resign. The protest also affected the Armed Forces Day celebration, with the President and Commander in Chief announcing earlier that there will be no formal program as was previously announced in a foreign ministry proclamation issued on Wednesday, 7 January. Retired Maj. General Johnson III, who tendered his resignation on Monday, February 12, 2024, as Liberians observe the nation's 67th Armed Forces Day, served as Chief of Staff of the AFL from 2018 to 2024 under the George Weah administration. The spouses of officers of the AFL took to the street on Saturday, the eve of Armed Forces Day, erecting roadblocks on major highways while demanding that President Bwaka dismiss the former chief of staff for his alleged inhuman treatment of servicemen. It followed days of protests by the officers' spouses from military barracks around the country, accusing the former chief of staff of bad labor practice and concern over wage benefits and poor living conditions in the military barracks. So this is so much interesting again, and this is happening within our country, Liberia. This particular thing needs to stop. I think we ought to respect our country, especially as it relates to protests. We ought to respect our country as it relates to protests. It cannot be a national holiday. It cannot be a day that is very significant in the history of our country, a day that should be celebrated with respect, and you have people blocking major roads. It's not important. People flights got delayed yesterday. People did not even travel yesterday. And this is so bad. This is really bad. You cannot keep on doing this. We are not going nowhere. We are not heading nowhere. So what you want the president to do? It's not everything you have to do it the way you feel is right. Sometimes you have to read between the lines. What if they had sent officers yesterday to remove you guys in the street? It was not going to be prudent enough to be peaceful, or for the officers to be so kind, looking at the act you guys were carrying on yesterday. You have people walking in the street. It's not bad for you to protest. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad for you to protest, but you have to understand. Yesterday was Flag Day. Even if you want for someone to resign, I feel there should be a better way for you to go about doing this, but not for you. And even you did what you wanted to do. He decided to resign, but the president will not just listen to you that way because you block rules and everything. We have to stop these things before it causes major chaos. We have to stop this. You cannot I don't think the American embassy will even support that. You have an issue to be importing this your position. It's quite good enough. But you don't have to block rules. People come in the country, people are leaving, you blocking rules. So when will the armed forces celebration be held? When? Because you just went ahead and you blocked rules and you did a whole lot of things. What is it you want? You want your benefits, you want your husband incentives, you want money. And then on the other hand, you want this man to resign. Will everything happen at once? No. There's a proper channel you can go to for blocking rules, stopping people who had emergency, others were sick. I mean, this is so bad, please. Liberians, we have to grow up. It's not because of this president and that president. Whether it was George Manuel time, it's Joseph Boakai time now. No, you can't do that. Because the president will not always encourage this. If you continue to be persistent with this issue of protest and blocking the access of other citizens to move from here there, remember people should have the right to their freedom. When another man writes in, another man writes begin. I hope I'm right for that. You have to understand that you cannot stigmatize or you cannot chastise someone like that. No, you cannot do that. You want a man to leave, he will leave. But there should be a proper way. You cannot go ahead blocking rules. No, you cannot do that. It's not good enough. Please, Liberians, we have to wake up from this. We have to wake up from this. Waka arrest policy in line with China's development ideology. The Chinese embassy near Monrovia says President Joseph Yuma Boaka's arrest policy agenda is in line with Chinese President Xi Jinping People-Centered Development Ideology policy. The Chinese involved delivered a brief statement over the weekend during the celebration of the reception of the Chinese Lunar New Year and assuming duty as Chinese ambassador to Liberia. Ambassador Yan Shenwu stated that the Chinese government will continue to support the people of Liberia with practical development. Practical foundation of mutuality, beneficial cooperation between the two countries. President Boaka's arrest policy agenda calls for the execution of various projects, said Ambassador Yin. He added that the Boaka's arrest policy also called for vigorously promoting agriculture, expanding and improving the road network, revitalizing the education system, and in providing health conditions to uplift people's livelihood. And the agenda is highly in line with President Xi Jinping People-Centered Development Ideology, Ambassador Yin stated. Over the decades, Ambassador Yin said China and Liberia have carried out a series of practical cooperation in technology, education, and development and have achieved fruitful results. This is another interesting one here from the people of China as they celebrate another new lunar year. And this is from the ambassador of Liberia from the Chinese embassy. And he said that both Liberia and China are in the same line because the president agenda or the president policy called arrest is as the same as the president of China as it relates to people center. And there's been this cooperation between China and Liberia for a very long time, and he doesn't see it that it will even start. So this is quite encouraging for our beloved country Liberia and that of the world at large. So folks, this is what we have here from New Dawn newspaper. Quickly, we will proceed with the front page Africa newspaper. Front page Africa newspaper. Front page Africa newspaper says Rebel Flight Information Region appointee Daniel Johnson still a fugitive for alleged wire fraud and theft. Monrovia in April 2011, two former humanitarian aid workers were each sentenced to 142 months in prison for defrauding the U.S. Agency for International Development USAID of roughly 1.9 million that was meant to assist improve people in towns in Liberia. Efforts to have a chairman, Daniel Johnson, the recently nominated Secretary General of the Roberts Flight Information Region, did not materialize after George Borman Conto denied a request by the United States government to have Johnson extradited to the U.S. to face trial. This is interesting as well. This is so much interesting. Power outage could have been worse. AEC says it will prepare for the dry season. In a nation where access to electricity is limited, reaching only 34% in urban areas and being almost absent in rural areas, the dry season, which runs between December and April, is the most brutal time for consumers during the season characterized by the hot, sunny Hamatan wind, which blows in from the Sahara Desert. Electricity is at its worst. Today, only 29.85% of Liberians have access, making Liberia one of the lowest electricity access rates in the country and the world. In the capital city of Monrovia, only 6.7% of the population has access. The burden for the provision of electricity falls on the state-owned Liberia Electricity Corporation, which operates a small grid almost exclusively in the Greater Monrovia district. The vast majority of electric energy service are provided by small privately owned generators at 0.54 per kilowatts. The electricity tariff in Monrovia among the highest in the world. Understanding AEC Energy Challenge and its response 1 year ago on February 10, 2023, the total energy supplied by AEC was 966.8 MWh, while on February 10, 2024, the total energy supply was 1095.29 MWh. This represents an increase of 13.3% in energy supply. During the same period, energy supply from CLSG and Mount Coffee on February 10, 2023 was respectively 691.2%. And this is so much important to talk about lastly. Let me all inform you that the issue of LEC is killing people within our country, Liberia. We have people, we have business people in this country. We have the hospitals. We have other, we have other important companies within our country, Liberia. How will we be able to generate enough funds if our current is not even stable? If the service LEC are rendering is not stable? Can you imagine if a light pole falls and that light pole is under LEC and that light pole falls? Community people will have to collect funds to go and call the Liberia Electricity Corporation to send people. When they send people, sometimes the people will not even come and fix what they're supposed to fix. It will take 2, 3, 4 months. You are not giving us good customer service. What I'm paying my money for to recharge my meter. I'm paying my money. So by well, when anything happens to my current, I should have a full authority of people fixing it. Not for me to go and pay money, then people come. If you don't pay money, community people don't collect money to have AC people to come. Your issue will even go for 4 to 5 months. Right now, there's a community in New Georgia Estate, Plonka Second Junction, where the wire of LEC is all going down. LEC car has passed down there. And they themselves, they see the wire, the tension wire is dragging down. They are afraid before they themselves throw it down, because when they throw it down, they know the community people will surely tell them to fix it immediately. No money will be paid. So because of that, they will partly push if they're going to another place to go work. They will partly put the car on the other side. imagine looking at that wire that will cause problem or that is causing problem to the community, and you have children in a yard, and you see people don't even pay attention to key things. They don't pay attention to it. Nowadays, you don't even have current. We can't understand the current schedule within the country. If you say the township of Gardnersville will have current so and so time, you say it and you post it, you send out text message. Well, how are you rendering customer care to us? How are you rendering customer service to us? Because you don't send us current, you don't even tell us, you just cut current off abruptly, you send it to us. Sometimes it go for 3 hours. What is that? What is that? Then you go. I mean, LEC is not doing nothing in this country. I don't know who is there, Mirabel, whosoever is there, they are not doing nothing. LEC is not doing nothing in Liberia. And needs to be talked about. You are not doing nothing. You talk about customer care service. How is it that you are rendering customer service to us? You talk about power theft. Are you vigilant about power theft? Are you going a few? Do you have enough? Do you have enough workers deployed? If you have these people employed, right, and you deploy them on the street to work, you anybody have issue with their current, you're not be seeing people taking people phone and start to come work on their current, or you're not be seeing people who are not authorized to be claiming LEC poor will not claim LEC poor. If something happen LEC core, and if something happen in a community dweller core and say this is what is happening, LEC people come immediately and check it. You will see how there'll be an improve in the system. But people pay for their meter, they don't get it on time. Sometimes people become impatient. I'm not saying this to say people are right to be getting on power theft, but these are all key issues. Wire is falling down from the pole. Tension wire. LEC people will not come. That wire will be on the ground. They will not come. What is that? We're not even getting current. Okay, if the hardware is not supplying, if it is this, it is that, what do? You send out communication. This is the schedule. This is what you do. We used to see it before, but now it's not even happening. LEC was still current for only just 2 hours or just 30 minutes and then carry current. You have people, you have hospitals, you have people who are in a hospital. What is this? What is really wrong with LEC? Liberia Electricity Corporation. What is wrong with you guys? I'm here this morning to talk about you, especially this morning. You guys are not rendering service to us. No, we shouldn't even hail you for that. You're not rendering service to us. We don't know what is going on. So come up and tell us. We pay our money. Those of us who have meters, we are paying our money. We are recharging every day. We are bringing revenue to government. So we need to have clarity about these things. You don't send us current. We sleep in heat every night. Think about the people who are at a hospital. Some hospital who doesn't have generator. What happens there? People under oxygen. What is wrong with this country, Liberia? So be honest, what is wrong with the electricity corporation? What is wrong with them? What we are entitled to knowing. We are entitled to knowing. Folks, this is what we are experiencing. So because of this, you will only receive current 3 times in a week. And that is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Your current will be on 24 hours. This is how it should be. And you be consistent with what you tell people. But LEC, no. I can't imagine and I can't figure out the schedule LEC has. I don't know it. I don't know it. I don't know it. LEC carry current all of a sudden. LEC brings back current. People have business. People are doing business and supporting people businesses. How does that go about? Is it because we are in a country where people don't want to just spend and waste money to go and sue you guys? But you are not working, LEC. We will not hail you. We will not applaud you. No. We will not celebrate you. You are not working. You are not working. Citizens are complaining. What are you doing? Okay, our interest is the Liberian people. If we don't recharge our meters, how will you be able to pay the people? You'll not be able to pay the people. So far, you don't give us customer satisfaction. We demand current. We should have current all of the time. If we are not having current for a day, you should be able to apologize. You should be able to send a message or communication of why you are not receiving current today, and you apologize for all of the inconveniences we face that particular day. And the next day you improve on it. And now for you to just say sorry all of a sudden. AC needs to do better. I don't care who doesn't like what I'm saying or who like it, but AC needs to do better. AC is not doing nothing. let me say this: nothing LEC is doing in our country. And if those who are in authority cannot take note of these things now, then it needs to leave and give people who have the chance to work. To be honest, you talk about customer care service. Okay, we're seeing the many booths you putting around the place. That is putting enough. What about the people, the emergency team that should be on the ground? Your focus is palliative. What about the people who are not on palliative? What about the people who are recharging their meters? You are taking call without informing them. What about them? And you sit here and say, oh, I see, heal you for what? For sleeping in heat all of the time? Okay, people have AC at their houses. They don't enjoy it because you don't send current. Some of these in AC we have at the different places of our homes, some of them are inverter. You just bring current, you carry it back. And because of the unstableness of the current, sometimes I mean the people don't use that AC for the length of time they should use it, it gets damaged. What is that? What is that? If LEC was stable in our country like Liberia, you will not be passing at the Capitol building. That whole place is dark. You will not be passing there, right? 7, 8, the place is dark. A whole Capitol building where our legislature meets. It will not be dark. We have significant documents inside there. It will not be dark. What is LEC doing? Even when the street lights gets finished, we don't even have maintenance to change it. What is that? What is that? You just focus on politics all of the time and you do nothing. No man, this is so wrong from LEC. So wrong, and it's very bad. You guys need to step up your game. So thanks to you folks this morning for joining us. This is how we wrap up for today. A lot of things happened during the course of this long weekend, long weekend. However, we made it for Tuesday, and we are grateful. So I hope you enjoy yourself. Don't forget, International Women Day is March 8th. Focal Online TV is doing an open um invitation to you women out there to celebrate with us. On March 9, we'll be celebrating the International Women's Day on March 9. Kindly stay with us as we celebrate the International Women's Day. We are also encouraging you, if you have your child from age 6 years to age 12, to participate in the International Women's Day poem. There's a package, there's a good package for anyone who will win the International Women's Day poem. And we appreciate you if you can do a video, a 30 minutes video for International Women's Day, a poem, a video for International Women's Day, age range from 6 to 12 years. We had encouraged the females, the young females, to kind of get into the game. Males are encouraged you to join this particular event, but we are also encouraging the females because it's International Women's Day. But however, it's an open invitation, and whoever wins come with us on March 9, and will be given an award from the ABJ Foundation in collaboration with Focal Online TV. So this is how we say thank you for joining us this morning. Thomas Garcia, good morning, Focal Online TV. I'm watching for my comfort zone district 12 this morning. Thanks to you, Thomas Garcia. This is how I wrap up things here on Focal Online TV. Tell your kids, tell your aunties, tell your uncles to tell their children to say a poem of 30 minutes as it relates to International Women's Day, and let them be able to share it. They should be able to share, they should be able to tag people, and they should be able to invite 50 persons. Yes, that is the whole issue. Let me talk about this a little. So, if you have a child from age 6 to 12 years who is outspoken, who can read, they can pen down, you create a poem for them. They'll be able to do a 30 minutes video about the poem. First, they can introduce themselves into the 30 minutes video with the poem. And when you post the poem, you'll be able to tag Focal on TV. You'll be able to tag ABJ Foundation. And you will have to invite 25, let's say 50 persons, sorry. You have to invite 50 persons to like and follow Focal Online TV page. So this is how you are also qualified to be a winner of this International Women's Day celebration. So thanks to you out there. We appreciate you so much. My name is Greg Courage Park. This is how I say happy Tuesday to all of you. I love you. And of course I will be back. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and of course tomorrow is International sorry, tomorrow is Valentine's Day and tomorrow is the Focal Women Talk. We're gonna be talking about something more interesting tomorrow. We'll have some young females in the building. So please do us a favor, stay with us here on Focal Online TV where we bring innovation to broadcasting.
Hello, dear. My name is K. Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I